Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you a Doriado's deck. It's not going to be your usual last gamble or balanced Doriado deck. I'm actually putting a little bit of my spin on it using Fiend Farewell. As you guys know, I've been trying to get this skill for a really long time, and I finally was able to get it by just dueling a level 30 Arcana using Bakura, and I was lucky enough to get it. And I really wanted to try the skill in this deck. So as you guys know, the skill lets you send a Fiend from your deck to the graveyard anytime one of your monsters is destroyed by battle. So the monster we send into the graveyard is Jin. And the reason why I'm using this skill and I only have 2 Jins in the deck is because I'm essentially using it as a +1, because as you know, in order to ritual summon, you need your ritual spell, your ritual monster, and then the monster that you're going to tribute in order to summon the ritual monster. So I'm not spending that card because I'm directly banishing Jin from the graveyard in order to special summon my Doriado. So that was the reasoning behind this deck. We're running 2 Doriado, 2 Sonic Bird, 2 Senju, and 2 of the ritual spell, which is pretty standard. I think 3 is a little bit too much. I still break sometimes with 2. I don't know why. I always see the ritual spell. But anyway, I'll run 3 Crystal Seer because that's the card that you want to open up with, and because that way you cycle through your deck, you get to draw a card, and also after it gets destroyed, you can send your Jin to the graveyard, and hopefully you have the rest of your combo pieces to summon your Doriado. We run 2 ritual weapon because Doriado is very weak, so this helps puts it at 2700 and 2900 defense, which it's a little problematic for your opponent. 2 enemy controller because it's a good defensive and offensive card, and you can never go wrong with putting enemy controller in the deck. And then the main reason why you want to run Doriado is this card, Furin Kasan, I guess that's how you pronounce it. You can pick any of these 4 effects once you have Doriado on the field, which is destroy all your opponent's monsters, destroy all their spell and traps, discard 2 cards from their hand, or you draw 2 cards. So it's a super powerful trap, and it has a hard activation cost, but Doriado basically serves the purpose. That's what you do. That's the main thing you want to do with this deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some replays. I'm not gonna be playing any live duels, just because all of these games were at Platinum 1. I actually ended up ranking up using this deck because I believe I had like 1 or 2 wins from the previous video, and then I just started using this deck. I got a couple wins, and then I was at Platinum 1. And I don't have a lot of time to record right now, so you're only going to be seeing replays. So I have 2 of the trap, which is just insane, and I have my Crystal Seer. My opponent just sets a card, sets a monster, so I start thinning my deck out, and I'm trying to see what I'm up against. I'm going up against Naturia, so they wanted to go for the usual combo that you're just used to seeing with Naturia, kind of a one-trick pony deck. But anyway, he's not able to finish me off, and I decide to, I believe I summoned Sonic Bird, if I remember correctly. Oh, I activate the Fiend's Farewell like I was telling you to drop the Jin. Yeah, I summoned Sonic Bird because I assumed that was Exterior's Fang, so it was going to be able to negate one of my ritual spells, which it's what ends up happening. So I activate the second one, banish the Jin from grave, and summon Doriado. Also, if your Doriado happens to inflict battle damage to your opponent after you summon it using Jin, they have to discard a card. So I use one of the traps to destroy his entire field. I use the other one to draw 2 cards, and I actually draw into a 3rd trap. Here you can see the effect that it makes them discard a card. But it was pretty much game over. That trap just gives you so much advantage that if you're lucky enough to see multiples of it, you pretty much win. You know, had he summoned anything to try to get over my monsters, I would have just flipped over the trap and destroyed it. So it's pretty powerful. That's what's cool about this deck. And let's go to our second replay. I can't remember what this person is playing. Oh, they're playing dragon. Okay, so not the best hand, as you can see. Having a 2 ritual weapon is not something you want to see. You run 2 so that you can see 1. Definitely don't want to see 2 in your opening hand. However, my opponent doesn't have anything, so I'm actually able to draw into some cards. I get my Senju. I go ahead and summon my Doriado, and I hope that I can just OTK the opponent. I didn't want to waste the trap in just 1 face down, because I was gonna equip my my Doriado with, you know, ritual weapons. So I discarded 2 cards from his hand instead. Turns out it didn't matter because the game was just gonna end that way with the 4200 Doriado. Like I said, you don't really want to see 2 ritual weapons because that's pretty bricky. But if you do, you know, you can OTK your opponent with that. This is against Paradox Brothers. Oh, and that's another thing. I can't remember if I mentioned it. I run 2 Jin because if you run 3, you're gonna draw into it. If you run 1, you're gonna draw into it, and then you're not gonna be able to use your skill. So 2 is the magic number in my opinion. Here I open with 2 traps, and I even have the ritual monster and the Doriado already. So I'm in super great shape. I still wanted to get my Crystal Seer off, so I just set that and, you know, wait for the right moment to OTK. He's running some sort of meal, Dark Flare, and, you know, Dragon deck, I guess. I pick up a ritual weapon, I believe, yep, from the Crystal Seer, and then I'm able to activate my Fiend's Farewell. Summon Doriado just by banishing the Jin. And then I have 2 traps, so I believe I use 1 to get rid of his monsters, activate ritual weapon, and then I just attack. I could have used you know, the other trap, but I wanted to wait until his turn so that I could just get rid of any sort of backup plan that was in his hand. Sure enough, by making him go, you know, neck 2, he's not able to do anything against my Doriado, and I had drawn into enemy controller anyway, so I was safe. Let's go to our 4th replay. This is against the Mako, which is a deck, you know, a very competitive deck. I've heard that a lot of people have gotten to Legend and King of Games using Mako, and it keeps getting support, so I don't see Mako going anywhere for a while. This is kind of the ideal hand that you want. You want either your ritual spell, your ritual monster, Crystal Seer, and the trap. Like that's the ideal hand, because as I said earlier, you get your Crystal Seer destroyed, you pick up a card, and then you're able to send your Jin to the grave. I actually get really lucky by drawing into my ritual spell. That gives me all the combo pieces that I need. Summon the Doriado. Activate my trap to get rid of both of his monsters. And then I have ritual weapon. He has a mirror wall, so he's still gonna lose a card from the damage of the Doriado because of the Jin's effect. And I'm able to do enough damage so that he can't keep the mirror wall up. And then I just pretty much finish the game this turn, I believe. Yeah. There you go. So, like I said, card advantage in this game, you know, is everything. So that's why rituals are are kind of hard to see a lot of play. Obviously, Relinquish was meta in the beginning because you could just summon it by banishing, you know, one Kuriboh from your grave. And this deck is kind of like that, you know, being able to send your Jin to the grave essentially acts as that +1. So it's a cool, I guess, tech skill to use with this deck. I still believe that Last Gamble is probably a better version, but this was fun for me to use. So this was kind of a long duel, but I wanted to I saved the replay because I I destroyed this man's Blue Eyes over and over again, and it's just pretty funny to me. So he goes for beatdown. He's able to do 3,300 damage right off the get-go. I get my trap because I already have my Doriado, you know, summoning condition in hand. I still activate Fiend Farewell just to thin the deck out. And I was actually testing the water right here to see if he had a Champion's Vigilance. Luckily he didn't. It was a Majesty with Eyes of Blue. He sends another Blue Eyes to grave, so I can't attack with my Doriado, but I'm still able to destroy both of his monsters with the trap card. And then I just flip over my crystals here. I have an enemy controller, so I decided to flip it and get my card. I was fishing for you know, one of the traps, and I'm lucky enough to get it. I summoned the Jin in attack and use attacking for 500. And then I draw 2 more cards because I'm trying to get another Doriado and hopefully another trap. He summons Blue Eyes again with what's it called, Soul Resurrection, and then he summons another Blue Dragon Summoner, destroying my Doriado and my crystals here. That actually helps me because now I'm able to summon my Senju and search for my second Doriado. I go ahead and summon that, tributing the Jin that was on the field. And then once again I destroy his entire field of monsters with my trap card. He has Kidmodo Dragon, so we're gonna have to deal with one more Blue Eyes. But I still have my enemy controller, so I just Econ Take, activate my Ritual Weapon, and this is where he just Rage Quits, I believe. Yeah, he Rage Quits right after my Doriado's attack goes through. So again, just a fun deck. It did fairly well in Platinum 1. I didn't rank up to Platinum 2. I kept losing my rank up game. But again, it was fun to use. Hopefully we get Merrick in this upcoming update. I can't remember what the notices said, so it could be Merrick, it could just be another event. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. If it is Merrick, I'm gonna try to make a farming deck after I see his deck list, so you can probably expect that to be the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want, and till next time.